Poison ivy.
Okay, but that's a native plant.
It is.
There's
Yes.
probably a lot of poison ivy in there.
And that's not necessarily something you should tangle with, really. But multiflora rose or
Yeah.
things like that, there are a number of invasive vines principally,
Yeah,
that you could clear out to good effect.
yeah.
But not so much on the shrubs. You should just do a little diligence on the shrubs, because a lot of those shrubs are, you find only in that area, and they provide good habitat for little birds that are migrating.
When the material that you've cleared away, so when you cut it away, what are you gonna do with that debris? Where are you gonna
Well,
put it?
there was really, what I was thinking about is I could mulch it and lay it along a trail, or it could be used for another purpose. And if there was something it needed to be used for, I could easily provide it.
Probably chipping it, putting it on the trail is the best thing to do.
Would the town
If
chip it
it-
for it?
if it's invasive, depending on
Oh,
what it
yes,
is,
yeah.
then you should check. So you might wanna consult Carol Truckee or someone like Jen Delancey who knows a lot about invasives, because some of them can be chipped and do exactly that. Others need to be handled a little bit differently depending on what it is.
Right.
It's worth kind of looking into it a little bit and seeing what you've got out there. There are some various guides for
Yeah.
the different types of plants.
Carol Trockey, who's on the commission, and you can call me and I can give you, she's very good at her plants and invasive plants, and then Jen Delancey, who was on the commission. You might want to just walk through it at some time and see what you identify as invasives. There was an article in Jamestown Press last year that we did.
Oh, I think we were here 2 years ago.
We did an article, maybe it's been 2 years, that the commission put in an article about invasive plants in the island, and the big concern is you're not taking anything that has seeds on it, chip it up and then spread on the trail,
Oh,
just
yeah.
spread the
Yeah.
plant.
Right.
So you might want to check that, but things like multiflora rose, probably be one of the more common ones out there if it's there.
Yeah,
There may be
there'll be
some others
purple
around.
swallowwort there too, and that's definitely something.
Yeah. That's it, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Doesn't have seeds on
Yeah.
it, it's the roots.
Probably wouldn't be able to tell till later.
Yeah, like in the summertime, see if you couldn't call Carol or something and ask her if she would walk the trail with you and just point out.
When did you
That's-
plan to do it?
things.
It was probably going to be during the summer, this summer.
But you've got enough other things to do, so that even the trail clearing and stuff
Yeah.
will be done at the
Yeah.
end.
Exactly.
But the signs and all that, it would be nice to get
Yeah.
those done before the campground opens up there and people start
Yeah.
really using the area. On the signs, I would certainly talk to your dad
Yeah.
about what to do with those signs. Bar Warden did the original sign at the
Yeah.
creek, and that sign, and the one at the sanctuary, that sign is the original sign that's been up since '84, and it's never peeled and chipped. And I don't know what happened to these two signs. They're made with the same high-density overlay material, but the prep probably wasn't good or something, or
Yeah.
the paint wasn't good. So yeah, I would definitely talk to them about that, or, your dad does Bar, really
Yeah.
well, they used to work together. And then with the graphics, if you trace those graphics, or even call Drew.
Yeah.
Was it Drew that did? Yeah, Drew
Yes.
Johnson did it. Call Drew, and maybe he has the original graphics. I may have them. I'll check the file.
All right.
But check with Drew, because if you have those, you can go to a place like Duncan Signs in Newport, or somebody that does custom lettering.
Yeah.
They'll produce that exactly for you. Out of
Actually,
vinyl, you want to do the whole thing out of
yeah,
vinyl.
I talked to a sign maker.
Okay.
He said he could donate the
Great.
graphics for it.
Great. And that comes apart with, I think, just some bolts.
Yes. Yeah.
The way Bar made them, you could take the bolt off, take the sign right out, and then when you take the sign out, put the whole thing back together, bolt it back together so nobody vandalizes it, hopefully.
Now there's two things I can do with the signs. I can either resand the original boards and put them back in, or I could have a new one cut and then use that. That might be a good idea.
I would ask I'd ask your dad
All right.
what his thoughts were, because if it's high density overlay, it's like a fiberglass wood. It's gonna be more
right.
expensive.
Yep.
It may be high density, or what they call high density overlay, and if it's that, it's a much more complex material, and it really holds up well. But I don't know whether you can
All right,
sand it
yeah.
and redo it, but I would add, when you pull it down, I would take them all down,
Yep.
and then, have your dad look at them and see what his thoughts are about that. And if you need to put new material out, then that's material you're gonna have to find, or ask Bar when he made the one out at the sanctuary, because that one's done amazingly well.
All right.
And,
Have you had to raise any funds or get any donations from anybody for this project?
you got donations, you said?
I actually don't need donations for this project. The wood for the bench, bolts and tools, all are being provided by my dad. And the materials for the signs also have been donated.
Great.
So no monetary.
So you couldn't wait till fall because it's easier to do this job than so that you can do something.
I love to see the signs get done.
Yeah.
The signs
Yeah.
look so
Can you
terrible.
face
It looks
the
like
job?
we've ignored the
Do
property.
the signs now, do the
Oh, yeah.
clearing in the fall.
Yeah.
It's better if the leaves are off.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
We worked behind there when we did the Earth Day.
Yeah.
And we removed some really, a lot of stuff that had been dumped behind this whole area. I don't know whether, maybe you could flag, if you find any dumps, you could flag them and say, hey,
Like,
as
is there-
part of this,
Yeah.
I put you on notice that the town needs to remove
Yeah.
said hot water heater tank.
They-
Three refrigerators.
They've cleaned up there a lot since, well, you guys did it there.
Last spring, we got some big stuff, but I think, you know, it's a mixed bag behind up here. It's a real mixed bag.
The other
In terms
thing,
of what's dirt and what's just metal and.
yeah, the other thing of the bench, what's his name? Who just built benches for us with the sanctuary?
Michael Brennan.
Michael Bradley.
Yep.
You might take the same bench design.
Oh,
You
yeah.
like that, or
Yeah.
modify it, whatever you want. Let us know what the bench design's gonna be.
All right.
That's something you could draw, I would like you to draw up a bench design.
All right.
If you need any money for anything, we've been selling these trail guides, you've seen around town the trail guides.
Yeah.
That money goes into a fund specifically designated for trail improvements.
All right.
So that's where we gave Mike some money from that fund. So there is money available, but obviously, you know, whatever you can get donated will help you, and will help, you know, help us not use that money.
Bench doesn't go into the ground, the legs don't.
Oh,
They
no.
just sit on top.
Yeah, the same top.
No, the bench actually goes into the ground.
Well, then you have to worry about the roots. It's a very shallow root
Yeah.
system here.
Well, it depends on where you're gonna put it, it'd probably be back over here, right?
Yeah.
Away from the tree, it's not gonna be near the tree.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna put it too close to the tree because,
If you don't bury it in the ground, it won't last long, it'll be at somebody's campground.
oh, that's
Basically,
true.
It's gotta be buried in the
Okay.
ground, yeah, it's
That's
gotta be
very true.
cemented in the ground,
It's terrible.
so.
It's kind of hard to end there, so the roots are all split out right under the ground.
And, the trail should be probably cut another foot or so wide on each side.
Yeah.
You know, you can decide, it's, every time we have somebody go in there and cut it, we ask them to make it a little bit wider, because no matter how wide you make it, it grows in quickly.
Yeah. I was thinking on making it throughout, well, to some, I don't know, extent, standard width through the whole thing,
Okay.
so that it's.
I always tell people, if
It's
you
not
can
gonna-
touch stuff with your fingers doing this, then cut
Yeah.
it. If you can't touch it, that's.
You might want to work around
That's
native
it.
shrubs, you know, you could
Yeah.
whack them up before a bush, and that's gonna make a big cavity.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, but if you got a nice arrowwood or something there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, you know, necessarily
Yeah.
suggest trying to make it even.
Yeah.
You should work around the plants
Make it-
that you
make it
find
flow.
as you go.
If you have questions, anything that's large, and you have any question about it, let us know. We
Alright.
can go and check.
I wasn't planning on
Yeah.
cutting down any trees.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions, Hayden?
Sounds good.
What we'll do is
That's great.
we'll put this on the agenda for next time. We'll basically approve it next time, since we
Alright.
didn't have it, since it's my fault I didn't have the agenda this time. But I think the concept, you know, what I would do is do your bench design. If you want to take the signs down, get those down and re-bolt them back together.
Alright.
And then let me know, maybe for the next meeting, what you plan on doing with the signs, if they're resurrectable or whether they need to be totally redone. And then you might want to come up with some wording. Why don't you come up with some wording and get it to us for our next meeting for what you want to replace this with?
All right.
I mean, you want to keep Drew's name in there,
Yeah,
you want to add your
definitely.
name on too, you're both in the same troop,
Yep.
and it's unfortunate those didn't last. So, is that good?
So maybe Carol could walk the trail with him?
Yeah, once the vegetation starts coming out, I think Carol or Jen could walk it with you and show you what the invasives are, and you could flag them
All right.
as you go through, and then, you know, she could tell you how you might want to get rid of those, so they're not spread all over the place.
All right.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay.
Great, good job.
Yeah, get us those things for next time, and then that would be good. And I know you have some
Thank you.
forms that need to be filled out and with your proposal.
All right.
Thanks for your hard work.
Yeah. Hey, we get a lot done with the scouts. So, great.
All right.
You can-
Thank you
There
very
might be a
much.
plaque on that tree.
Thanks, Hayden.
Species.
A little plaque, well, it'd be nice to have a nice sign on that big tree.
Yeah.
Forget what that is.
Great. Good coordinate with the tree.
Forget what that is, yeah.
The tree committee person, the chair of the tree committee, his name's Jim Rue, and he seems to have a connection with signage.
Yeah, I worked on Jimmy Perry's project,
Okay.
putting those signs up.
Yeah.
So I can ask him.
Yeah, because it would be nice to have something affixed, you know,
Yeah.
near that tree or on that tree that tells you what species it is. It's a really nice tree.
Yeah.
All right.
I was there the other day, and it's
That's
like unbelievable.
Thank you again. Yeah,
Thanks,
great.
Hayden.
Yep, thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you.
good evening. Sorry to
Good
be
luck.
late.
No problem.
Hey,
Blame it on.
he is early. He's one of the few scout candidates who's not almost 18. Trying to finish his Eagle Scout project. Okay, all right, so I'll put that on the agenda for next time so we can deal with that with a motion and approval.